You guys saw the Kurt Cobain documentary.
Yeah.
We did. I watched it. It was on HBO. And, man, there's a lot of things I did not know. And it was very personal and in-depth. And to the point where it's like, I don't want to see Courtney Love's tits. Like, I never wanted to see him to begin with.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but one person commented on it, and they were like, I feel kind of awkward with all like the baby footage of Kurt Cobain. Like, they didn't want to see.
But that's what no
stuff.
one's ever seen before. Yeah,
true.
I mean, some people felt awkward when they put out that book of all his journals and all his like private writings, like his journals that he kept, all got published after he died. I don't think that's how that kind of like when you write a diary. It's different for a guy because he doesn't call it a fucking diary. He calls it a journal. But that's what it is. You probably shouldn't print that kind of thing. So that was a little weird. And then this movie comes out and has some real personal. And like Shawn said, it's touching and personal in a way to where if you were a Nirvana fan, like I grew up idolizing Kurt Cobain until he killed himself. And then since that day, always idolized his artwork and the band as a whole, but looked kind of down upon him after his suicide. Mm-hmm. And I chose to watch it alone, like when I was prepared to kind of like take it all in. And they used the music in really good ways to evoke emotion during like some of the really touching and sad scenes. And it was well done.
There's a scene where he is holding his daughter.
Yeah.
As Courtney Love's trying to give her a haircut, and he is so fucking high.
He's nodding off
and
on
like
heroin.
nodding off, like holding, like going to drop her. It's just like this is like so sad.
That was like my
maybe
favorite
he
part.
was tired.
That's what he said.
Well, he keeps saying, but it's the classic. You see,
You know, having a young baby is tiring.
It is tiring.
It's heroin tiring.
But like that's the thing is like that's what I had not seen before was these home video type things where Courtney Love is topless throughout like the whole third act.
Yeah.
But whatever, she's like a fucking mess. Him nodding off though, holding the baby, and her yelling at him, and him going, "I'm not on drugs, I'm tired." Like it's just like, oh, this is a fucking like sad human being who he's 27 years old. Like he has some fucking drug problem. It's just a side that I, as a 14-year-old kid listening to Nirvana, didn't know like this was going on at the same time.
Yeah, it's funny listening to you say all this stuff because now I'm just thinking like, people idolize this guy.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
People fucking idolize us. You don't know what we might be doing.
Yeah,
Heroin.
dude, you don't know
Heroin.
how many babies I've fallen asleep on. You don't even know. It's a lot.
Yeah. Anyways, it was a very good documentary, but it was fucking tough to watch at some points.
Yeah, and you can see how like Frances Bean, his daughter, was one of the producers on it, so had final say in kind of what got used from the home videos and how it was edited in.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to see. The final result is something that she was okay with, and then Courtney, I believe, was another producer on it, was okay with. And that just blew me away because, Courtney naked and very unflattering throughout the whole thing.
And there's a scene where he's brushing his teeth in the mirror, and she is talking to the camera and then like flashing the camera, and then Kurt is just like being whatever, and he's like sores from like heroin all over him. And then I'm thinking, but wait, who filmed this?
There's a cameraman.
There's a
hanging out with
cameraman
them.
filming this. Who's filming this?
Kid.
No, who filmed that? That's weird.
Some weirdo.
Dave Grohl.
They were
Dave
like hippie drug addicts, like weirdo hippie drug addicts in Seattle. I'm sure that there were other weirdo hippies to hang out around their house and chill with the guy from Nirvana. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, do you recommend people see it?
If you're a fan of Nirvana,
if you like
at
Nirvana,
all,
if you
like
don't
their
like
music,
Nirvana, then don't bother.
the highlight of it really is that they use the actual music from Nirvana's discography for the first time in a documentary like this.
That's cool.
So you get all the real music. Now, that's the really high positive. The negative, I think you nailed it best with. A lot of it is just animated writings from his journal. So if you already had that book...
And it was a lot of that.
If you've already dissected that thing, you've seen a lot of the stuff that they're showing you.
Yeah.
But the animation was cool.
The funniest thing about that journal was I had a coworker at the bookstore I used to work at, and he would always be reading Kurt Cobain's journal and then coming over and talking to me about it and just being like, yeah, dude, I relate to this journal so much.
Don't say that.
And he would just cite the weirdest fucking shit out of that journal and just be like, yeah, that just reminds me of my life. And I was just thinking like, you're a psychopath. And I'm the only person in the store who knows it. Because, like, you don't talk to anybody but me, and you're really into this crazy fucking journal.
Jesus.
So, I never read the journal, but I had a lot of it, like, disgust me, and this guy poured over it.
It's fucked up.
So I know it's fucked up.
There's one part where someone wrote an unofficial biography about him and Courtney Love.
That was new, yeah.
And they played the voicemail that he left on that guy's machine, like yelling at that guy.
Tough guy Kurt.
Yeah. Hey, motherfucker, I know it sounds like a threat. It's been on a machine. I don't fucking care. It's like, whoa, like, this
is a fucking threat.
Whoa!
I've never been more serious about anything other than this in my life.
Yeah. So anyways, check it out if you are
He
interested in
tells the
Nirvana.
guy he's going to kill him.
Anyways.